This episode is brought to you by MakeItHappenSecrets.com, the virtual summit that is meant to teach you how to believe in yourself, to own and love your F word. Fabulous, freedom, financial independence, and happy family. Featuring the world's greatest women thriving in the F word, Elena Cardone, Kim Kiyosaki, Mary Buffett, and many more. Sign up now at MakeItHappenSecrets.com. It's free. Go from stuck to unstoppable today. A strong and independent woman is something to behold. She pays her own bills, buys her own things, and she doesn't let a man affect her stability or self-confidence. She is a soul-rich woman. Are you ready to be rich doing what you love? Be on purpose and in control of your life again. At For Women Who Love the F Word podcast, we will be openly talking about getting more clients online, getting recognition as the leader and female entrepreneur, and also the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. It's time to own and love the F word. Welcome to the show. Hey gorgeous, welcome to today's episode. I'm your host, Genecia Alluora. Today's episode is a really special one because I was part of a fundraiser, a charity event in the Philippines, but it's virtual. It's organized by Laurus Enterprises with the support of the world's largest event organizer who bring in Tony Robbins, T. Harv Eker, Robert Kiyosaki, Success Resources Private Limited of Singapore. So this event is called Do Nation, Let's Do It for the Nation. So it's a virtual charity learning event and aim to fundraise for frontliners and event liners. I'm really blessed to be a part of this. So I hope you enjoy this interview and let me know. If you love this episode, do connect with me on social media at Genecia Alluora, GeneciaAlluora on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Do Nation. Let's do it for the nation. Tonight is a very special opportunity because our guest speaker is not just beautiful. I met her. I was mesmerized by her looks and by her intellect, and I'm so delighted that she said yes to our invitation. My name is Joanna Lazaro. I'm the co-owner of Laurus Enterprises, and I'm the Chief Marketing and Sales Officer. So before we introduce our special guest speaker tonight, please help me welcome, first and foremost, my dear good friend, a brother, my good friend, founder of VIP International, Mr. Rich Paredes.
So, this is going to be interesting, Joanna.
It is, Rich.
We have a very, very, very special guest. This is, I believe, the first, beauty queen that will be gracing the Do Nation platform. Oh my God.
I thought next to you.
Huh?
Next to
sometimes it depends on the time. It depends on the time, But with this lady, I mean, I'm looking at her profile. It's really amazing. I mean, if I can tell you all of the things, you can go to her website. Okay, we're gonna be sharing that in a bit. But when you see her profile, her credentials, my goodness, she has beauty and brains.
Yes.
Oh my God. And it's and I love, and I'm really 100% for women empowerment, and I love that because I believe the biggest population is women, and there are a lot of women who needs to be guided, especially someone like her. And actually, when my wife saw the profile, she was like, "Wow." Because my wife as well, right, Joanna?
Yes.
So she's
another beauty queen,
another powerhouse.
Yes.
So what I'm saying, this woman. All right, let me. Can I give the audience a little taste of who our guest is? Is that okay, Joanna?
Yes. Please, Rich.
Okay. She is a former Miss Singapore. Wow.
Mhm.
All right. A second runner up for Miss Universe. And right now, she is a entrepreneur. She is a author. All right. She is also the founder of Soul Rich Women, which is the number one female entrepreneur network in Southeast Asia. Wow. She mentors
Wow.
thousands of women to bring their business and leadership brand online. And I feel this is what a lot of not just women but also men, I think you're going to learn from this woman. Oh my gosh. So she has coached celebrities, CEOs, politicians. Oh my god. I'm the only one who's not in her list. So she's been doing this for like
Soon.
I know. And she's been doing this for the past 17 years. And I'm really excited to learn from her. Honestly, I'm really excited. I know a lot of people are going to get not just gold nuggets, but a whole cave of nuggets right now. So I think this is the best time to call her. What do you think?
Yes, please. So I'm going to wait now. So
Yes. So let's all welcome, all right, former Miss Singapore and the founder of Soul Rich. All right, Soul Rich Women. I was supposed to say Rich Paredes, but it's Soul Rich Women. Okay, so let's all welcome Miss Genecia Alluora. There you go. Come on down.
come
Hello.
on in.
Hey!
Yay! And we have Grace by thy beauty.
May I say, welcome, milady.
Your Highness.
Hi, Genecia.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh my gosh.
It is our pleasure, Genecia. And before we start, we just want to thank you once again for doing this with us, for sparing some of your time. We know how busy you are. I could see your Facebook page and you have online event over online event and you're coaching thousands of women, especially probably right now that we are in this pandemic and everybody's at home trying to learn how to go online. So I could just imagine the number of people that you are coaching or mentoring at this moment. So thank you very much. It's really our privilege that you are here with us tonight. And we just can't help being so excited. Like Rich and I were just like kids right now, and we're ready to really learn so much from you.
I know this is going to be exciting. And I mean, we are going to be empowering a lot of women. Oh my gosh. And a lot of the viewers are women, of course. And
Yes.
a lot of women want to be more empowered and, of course, guided as well. So this is the perfect coach for you. So I'm excited, Genecia.
Yeah.
My pleasure. So, well, thank you for having me here. And I'm so excited to do my part as your campaign, Do Nation. Well, so I hope that with this sharing, I can bless many more people out there.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Perfect.
We're very sure about that. So, Genecia,
I just want to say I love the mic.
are you drooling right now? Can you just imagine me, Rich?
I know. It's like, okay.
You like the white color mic, the color, or you like the microphone in itself?
I like the white color. I have a car. It's white. So my house is white. So that's why when I saw the mic, I was like, I didn't know there was a mic, a white mic. If I knew, that's my mic.
Okay, let's paint it white now.
Good idea. I'm going to work on it later. So, let me start it off. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, Miss Genecia, so you were crowned as Miss Singapore International 2006. But I remember reading from the news that you got bullied because of your looks. I can't believe that. You got bullied because of your looks. Is it okay if you share to us what motivated you in joining such a prestigious contest?
First and foremost, when I had to support myself at a very young age since I was 14 years old, and I wasn't able to kind of really build up my self-esteem well. So
in school, I wasn't able to buy new clothes, new shoes, and therefore I was often bullied in school because of my looks. Imagine me with really short hair, maybe as short as yours, Rich. And
I have hair.
yeah, you don't have hair? Okay, so almost, right? And very, very short. Yeah,
Okay.
really very, very, very short. And
Wow.
I had very dark eye circles, really bushy eyebrows, very tomboyish because of the way I was being brought up to defend myself, to fend for myself. And not with a lot of money in my pocket, I wasn't able to present myself well. I didn't have a lot of confidence. So I was always the spot where people would bully me. The girls would corner me at the basketball court. I remember one time, and then they pulled open my PE shirt, exposing my bra. And then one of them will actually said, "Oh, you're wearing the same bra?" And I felt totally humiliated. Totally humiliated. So throughout my years, I was consistently being bullied because of my background, and I lost my self-esteem. In fact, there was one other incident that shook me up that I didn't even want to think about joining a beauty pageant, because totally I lost myself completely. There were times that they took my bag. My bag has holes in them, and they threw it across the classroom floor, and all my books were strewn all across the floor. And at that moment in time, I wanted to commit suicide. I just wanted to die.
Wow.
So my self-esteem continued to go downhill. But you see, we are the average of the 5 people we hang out with the most. And sometimes when we don't have courage, we don't have bravery, we lost ourselves, it's the people around us who will support us and give us that support. And my friends believed in me. My friends saw the potential in me and said, "Genecia, you should just join a beauty pageant. Just go for it. I think, we think that you have potential. Why don't you do it?" But I couldn't see the diamond within me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was so engrossed with my problems, with my issues and the things I was going through. And my friends, eventually, they enrolled me to join Miss Singapore.
Wow.
And the best part was I wasn't groomed. I didn't have a lot of money to buy a pair of heels. In fact, I could only afford one pair of black color heels. But in any beauty pageant, you need to have one black and one silver. And, you had to have clothes for multiple events. So I went knocking on doors because of my personality. I mean, I just want to just give it my shot. And my friends believed in me. Why not I do something about it? So I went to knock on doors, and eventually I found someone who was willing to kind of give me a sponsorship to teach me how to do public speaking.
Wow.
Her name was Rebecca. And she gave me all her DVDs, her CDs, her notes, and everything possible. She gave it to me. And then she said, "Can you give me your wallet, your bag?" And I was a little bit blur and naive at the time, right? So, okay, I just pass you my bag. And she took out my wallet, unzipped my wallet, and poured out all the money I have in my wallet. And I'm like, "Rebecca, why are you taking all my money? That's all that I have. $60 is all that I have for the month for my food and transport and everything else." And she said, "I'm teaching you the concept of value exchange. Even though you may not understand it now, but if you were to understand this, you would truly treasure all the things I've given you and you will succeed in life." And true enough, because she took all my money, and I told myself, okay, since you took all my money, I have no money, right? So I better study hard and make sure I do well in my pageant, right? So eventually, I scored really well, and I won Miss Singapore International in 2006 because of Rebecca's teachings, public speaking, learn how to groom myself, all because, I took the first step to commit to my success.
Wow. That's
so beautiful. My gosh, I'm having a goosebumps listening to you, and I couldn't believe the agony you went through because of these bullies. But you emerged so beautiful and victoriously against these people. So I think the universe paid you handsomely for all those pains that you went through because of these people. God bless them, but no to bullying. So if we have a viewer right now who is being bullied, guys, learn to fight for yourself and look for people who's going to accept and love you for who you are. Don't allow them to trample on your self-confidence. This is I'm kind of sad. I'm a bit sad because of this thing, Reach. Thankfully, I was never bullied, and I couldn't. I don't think that what's going to happen to me if ever that something like that would happen to me. But
I know.
Genecia, that is so brave of you, and I couldn't further agree with having friends who truly believe in you. You are the average of the five people you hang out with.
That's
And
right.
for your friend Rebecca, I hope that she's watching or listening to us right now. I just want to give her a virtual hug for
I
teaching
know.
you the value exchange or teaching you something that you were able to use to your own advantage and made you win the crown. And looking at you right now, there's no trace of that Genecia that you just mentioned a while ago.
Yeah, but I want to thank her so much because first and foremost, nothing happened by chance. It was
Mhm.
because I asked, right? I was willing to step out of my
Yes,
comfort zone. I mean, what's worse than everything else that has happened? So I think the important thing is I have friends who believed in me and I leveraged on their belief in me. I kind of like put them into my own piggy
yes,
bank, please give me, give me, give me, give me. And then I put it in my own piggy bank and then kind of
yes,
like work my way through. I think I never really understood the power of value exchange until much later in life. But definitely when I looked back, I finally understood why she took that $60. That may be very little to some of you, the listeners, the audience who is watching this right now. But for me, it was a lot back in those days.
mm.
Yeah. So we
But
talk about the value, right? The proportion of the value that you have right now in your pocket when you give, whether it's 100 pesos or how much that you're giving. It's not how much you give, but it's how much you have that you're actually giving.
yes, and I think we also have to acknowledge you for your bravery, for standing up for yourself.
Yeah.
So you deserve a pat at the back, Janisha, for doing that. So if I'm with you right now, I'm going to give you a high five and really a tight virtual hug, right? Because that's really worth celebrating your strength. How you rise up from the challenge. That's something very awful. Yet you didn't take it and let that situation to drown you and pull you at the bottom of the sea. And right now, you're this mentor, coaching, empowering thousands of women. So I just have to clap because you deserve that.
And I
But
mean,
I want to thank my mom also for this. If she had not saved me from committing suicide, from jumping off my home, I live on the 10th floor because that day when they threw the bag, it was kind of like the last straw. That was the last time that could have ever, I could take it. I can't take it anymore. So I went home. I was already sitting on the ledge of the kitchen
wow.
ready to jump. And as mother knows best, mother's instinct, she kind of felt something was wrong and she went to the kitchen and she grabbed me and yanked me back onto the floor. And if she had not saved me, I would not be where I am today. And she
Wow.
told me one thing that even till today I apply it, even in Soul Rich Woman. Turn your mess into your message.
True.
So what if you die? What's next? What will your death inspire other people?
Yeah.
Or would your courage to stay alive inspire more people? Something along those lines. So turn your mess into your message.
Nice.
And that is what I truly believe in for all the women around the world.
Wow.
We have a message to give to the world, each and every one of us.
That is true. My God. And I mean, your story is 100% very relatable now because there's so many people are lost because of what's happening in the world right now. And I'm just gonna and everyone knows that we are all affected with this, but it's really the perspective now. It's really how you look at things.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine 14 years old, right? You were 14 that time and having all these bullies, the anxiety, the depression, and all these emotions just mixed up in your system. And it's a good thing that there are people who's really fighting for you as well. And I think there's people, and I'm talking to the audience right now, I know there are people who's fighting for you as well. My
Yes.
suggestion, do what Alluora did, Miss Alluora did. She actually embraced it. And that's what I saw there. Very nice.
Don't lose hope for our audience. If you are this person experiencing such pain and you feel that there's no tomorrow, believe that there is always one person, at least one person who truly cares for you, and you just have to talk. Let the other person in your family or in your community, because there will always be someone who will be willing to listen and drag you out of whatever it is that you're going through. Oh my gosh.
And don't think that you are alone. Don't think that you're alone, because there's someone else out there. I totally get you. If you have depression and anxiety, it's part and parcel of the journey. Just know that someone has gone before you and someone has overcome before you. So be an overcomer. Learn to ask for help. Don't feel like you're being judged if you ask for help. Oh, if I ask for help means I'm weak, means I'm lousy, means I'm no good. But if I hadn't asked for help, I hadn't had friends who gave me that support, I would not be here today and be able to do more with my life, right?
Yes.
So I want to encourage you to really step out of your comfort zone and really ask for help. Don't feel that someone else is judging you. Always know that there is a brighter light right ahead at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. Beautifully said. Wow. We have just started, Rich. And the insight we got.
Amazing.
So deep and profound. Yes. So on a lighter note, but thank you very much, Genecia, for sharing that part of your life. I think that really is a power booster for not just those who are undergoing depression or this kind of emotions, but even for myself, Rich, and everybody else. I think we are all empowered by the story that you shared to us. So thank you very much for your bravery as always. So your beauty, your brains, your brave, what else? My goodness. So all wrapped into one. So Genecia, you have been in the Philippines many times, and you have actually collaborated with lots of Filipinos, especially beauty queens like yours. So on a lighter note, can you share to us your fondest memory of the Filipinos? Oh, what can you say about with the way you work with Filipinos?
I was in the Philippines many times, but one of the times that I was invited to become a judge for a beauty pageant was Turismo Pilipinas in 2008. So that was when my girlfriend Precious Lara Kigaman, was there to, I think she was organizing the event, and she invited me to be there. So I had a lot of fun. My favorite part was putting on the national costume, Philippines national costume with the big, like pineapple, the sleeve, and it was really, very cool choosing the different colors that suit me. I still remember I wore this purple colored outfit with this puffed up sleeves and very nice, gorgeous train for my gown, and I really loved that. I think one of the food that I absolutely was terrified to try, and it was such a memorable experience though, was eating the balok. Is it the balok?
Balok, yeah.
Oh my God, I was like running for my life, and I remember them holding the egg. I'm like, and I sort of run away. But it was fun. It was quite an experience to really be able to live with them, stay with them, and travel with them throughout the time I was there. But I think now moving forward, I have, I'm still in touch with them, and I'm very happy to see that they have really progressed on with their life. They're doing so much more, and they're already mothers with kids. So yeah, they're always very loving, very generous, and very giving people.
Yeah. You know what, Rich? Filipino food, or when you talk about Philippines, it's synonymous to balut.
I know. It's like everyone. It's like all of the Filipinos now. It's like they want to torture the balot experience. Because honestly,
Doesn't happen.
I
Yeah.
personally don't eat balot. All
Me
right?
too.
I don't
No
eat balot,
way.
honestly, and I'm Filipino.
But that's the only one and only time ever. I ran for my life, and then they cornered me and said, "You know, you gotta try this." I'm like,
I know, it's like,
"No."
what?
That's fun.
I mean,
So,
oh my
yeah.
gosh! I just most of my foreign friends they always experience that. Oh my God! Why do they have to let us eat balot? I told them I don't know. It's not me. But it's like
When you get to visit the Philippines again, Genecia, Rich and I will make sure that you will sample the
yeah.
really best delicacies and food
Don't
that
worry.
we have.
Not the one, right?
No balot. I can guarantee that. Okay, we're gonna bring you to
Yeah.
somewhere nice. Okay, nice, and you're gonna love it. Okay, so we're
Okay, you promise.
promise 100%.
Promise.
But I enjoy Philippines very much. I mean, I have been to Manila and, of course, visited various parts of Manila. I mean, then to me, it's really very developed right now, and I've got some girlfriends over there. And you know, they're doing business there is also a very big market because Philippines is actually fertile for female entrepreneurship, and you know, we're definitely there to be able to support the women in the country itself. So yeah, very excited.
Wow, nice. So talking about business, you own coffee now here, and obviously it's very successful. You've opened it in 3 countries, all right? 18 franchisees already, and this business won awards. So my question is, what advice would you give for someone who wants to start a business like this?
Wow. I think a cafe retail chain was never something that I've never thought about owning or starting. In fact, we grew to 3 countries, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and we have 18 franchisees and licensees. And after 4 years, we exited to a public listed company owner. So that in itself, I've never had business background. I was a occupational therapist. I graduated as a healthcare professional. And then I moved into entrepreneurship. So when I was doing cafe business, it's really time. I spent a lot of time learning about the business because I have no domain knowledge. I had really got good partners to work together because I have no domain knowledge. Therefore, I could only function in my own domain knowledge, which is PR and marketing.
Yeah.
So I had partners who came together to run different parts of the business. And one was in charge of franchise. The other one was doing operations. The other one was doing, business development. So we all came together to run our own parts. So if someone were to start a cafe business, I would say don't start a cafe. Because it requires a lot of investment. To start a cafe in Singapore is 350,000 Singapore dollars.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, so if we have 18, 350,000 times 18, and that is millions of dollars, right? So to really do a cafe business, you need to don't become like a chef. You try to start a restaurant. You hold a camera, you think you're a photographer. You hold an iPhone, you think you're a blogger. You have a website, you think you are a vlogger or something like that. You know, you along the line. So don't think that you know how to be a barista. You can make a cafe. I've seen so many baristas failing in their cafe business and struggling to make ends meet. So now with the season, I would say in this COVID-19 season, don't really start a retail business anymore. I will recommend you to revamp the idea into a kiosk and then do takeaways, something that is duplicatable, something that is easy, similar concept to bubble tea. Do something that is easy for people to take away with. I think that would be a better choice. Yes. Until the season is over, until COVID is over, then maybe we can look into starting a retail chain. But I would say, really, really save your money. Do something else first.
Wow. That is actually honest and very good advice. I mean, because a lot of companies right now are pivoting. They're pivoting on their business platform. They're changing the game, basically. So that is very good advice. I mean, I can relate to what you just said. about just holding a phone means you're a vlogger. It's I can relate to what you're saying because a lot of people are going crazy right now on the situation, and they feel that they have to be an automatic expert on a certain thing. And I believe you don't become an expert overnight. You just
Yes.
have to learn, and get mentors. And
Yes.
that's the fastest way.
Yeah. And really
Yeah.
study the business side.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest way would be to get a mentor. I think that would be very interesting. I think get a mentor, and if you were to do a cafe, get a franchise. That is the easiest way to get started, even though it could be a little more pricey.
Yes.
But that investment that you put up front guarantees you that you have a system and process that's proven, and you can make money immediately.
That's
because the branding, why we had 18 franchisees and licensees, because we already had a brand, right, across 3 countries. And when people purchase the franchise, just like as you purchase Starbucks and you purchase McDonald's, why? Because the brand is already known in the market, and it's easy for people to trust you and know that your coffee is good, because what sells in Singapore will sell in Malaysia, will sell in Indonesia, and of course the recipe will need to tweak a little bit to the local taste buds. But other than that, the brand actually have a trust factor involved. So definitely that will work in itself. And if you were to do a business, retail business, always think about build to sell. I think that begin with an end in mind, because a lot of entrepreneurs just do a solo entrepreneurship. I think one thing that I found success in cafe business and I've learned is by having a team, we could put our skill set and strength together, and we are not functioning alone. And because we're not alone, we could easily put the processes together and eventually create something that's worthy of selling.
That's right.
It's going to save you a lot of heartache and time and effort.
And
so if you really want to have a successful business, Genecia is right. Go for a franchise, a known brand. You will have to pay a little bit extra in the beginning, but at least you can be sure in a way that your capital, or you're going to profit along the way, because you're purchasing the system, not the business per se. So that's really a beautiful way of encapsulating it in such a nice advice for all wannabe entrepreneurs or connoisseurs.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What drink do you think in a cafe is the most profitable? What drink in a cafe do you think is the most profitable?
Americano or brewed coffee?
Tea.
It's not coffee.
What?
It's not tea.
Cake?
It's me. No, sorry.
What?
Okay. It's actually honey lemon.
Honey lemon?
Yes.
Okay.
Because with just a few drops of honey and one small slice of lemon,
yes,
we fill one whole cup of water. And our cost is very, very low. Our profit is $5 a cup.
Wow.
Honey lemon.
It's honey lemon. It's not water. It's not a canned drinks. It's not. It's actually honey lemon. One of the most profitable drinks that we sell in our cafe that gives us the most profit.
Wow.
Wow. All the while I thought it's coffee.
I was about to say, my second thought was like the drinks, the canned drinks or the juice.
No, because the canned drinks you have to get from supplier.
Yeah, exactly.
They manage the costing. Yeah.
Honey lemon, huh?
Okay.
Honey lemon.
So, bye guys. I'll see you later. I'll just have to sell it.
I open up
You want to sell honey lemon?
I open up a honey lemon store tonight.
So, see you later on, Genecia.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's a good advice. Thank you so much for sharing that, Genecia. So, by the way, are you familiar with Avengers?
Yes, I am.
Yay! Have you watched that?
Oh, yes, I have.
Perfect. All right. So this is the perfect question for you. But honestly, this is a question that we have been asking all our speakers because we really find this fun. It's light in a way. The question is light in a way, but the answers that we're getting from the speakers so far are so profound, and some of them are a bit deep. That makes us think things on a different perspective. So I'd like to ask you, Janisha, the same question. Who among the Avengers characters you think you relate most to and why?
I relate most to Iron Man.
Oh,
Yeah, because I really, really identify with him, from where he was in the part one, where he was snobbish and he gone through all the highlights
oh yeah.
to going through his struggles and eventually founding his purpose and identity as Iron Man and fulfilling his destiny in Endgame of Avengers. And that to me
Yeah.
is exactly what our journey is and what my journey is. I go through my ups and downs in life, and eventually he did whatever he took to complete the mission. Even though it was tough, even though his body hit the wall and he couldn't function anymore, but his mind was in total control of his hands and legs to get up and, kind of
Yes.
overcome that situation. So to me, I identify with Iron Man the most, and I see it in my own life as well. Sometimes when our body hits the wall, we have a tendency to give up in our life. But when we see beyond the purpose, we look at the bigger picture and we see our vision. That is what I want. And that mental part takes over the body and the will to survive, the will to live because of the big why that we are here for.
Nice.
Iron Man then.
Yeah,
He's a takeaway winner. Almost everybody would go for Iron Man.
I know. Well, obviously, I'm a fan, right? So I like it. I like what Genecia said. Where the first part he was like all struggles, arrogant and everything. It's about me, 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 me. Then after like how many episodes and movies, he became selfless. So it's really the story of any leader. For us, when we usually most of the leaders when they start, it's always me first. Then eventually it becomes less of me. More of the people, more of the service. I love what you said. Perfect.
Yes. And for that, Genecia, I love you 3,000.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I remember that moment. I love
Don't cry.
I know.
Oh my God. Let's not go there.
We all remember Iron Man with the fondness in our heart.
That's like that moment. Oh my gosh. My wife keeps on laughing at me every time I watch that movie because I watched it more than 6 times. And
Wow.
every time I still tears was falling out. Oh my gosh. Because it's really a leader story. It's a leadership story, basically.
Yes.
That's what Iron Man is all about. It's a leadership story. You go through struggles, you go through challenges, you don't stop, you push through with it, you man up, or in your case, woman up. So you see what I did there? Good. Right? So
Yeah.
I love it that even powerful women are relating to this kind of story, this kind of leadership, because this is, I believe, what we need right now, the situation here, and that's why we have Do Nation, right?
Yes.
So a little bit, Joanna, please usher in the people who wants to donate in Do Nation and wants to take action with this. Please.
Thank you, Rich. For all our viewers, if you are also a big fan of Iron Man or the Avengers, and you think that you are a hero in one way, we're telling you, you are. Because not all heroes wear capes. And right now is the opportunity to be a hero to someone else through that donation link that you are seeing in your monitor. We're requesting, if you haven't done so, please, after this conversation with Genecia, go to the link and help us raise funds for our medical frontliners so that we can provide them with PPEs, and at the same time, we can extend financial support to the displaced event liners. So as little as 100, that would already go a long, long, long way, and it will create a huge impact not only to the event liners and medical frontliners, but to their families as well. So please, right after this conversation, go ahead and donate. And if you have more than 100, as Rich mentioned earlier, then we will be more grateful to you for giving so much more. And the universe, you know what? That's the law of reciprocity. That's just how it works. It's going to reward you thousand more for every one thing or 1 peso that you donate for donation. So thank you so much. And Genecia, speaking
Perfect.
of COVID-19, a while ago you already mentioned it and you already gave a good advice for those who are thinking of pivoting or transitioning to another business or to another career. So I would like to ask you, how are you maximizing your time right now with this COVID-19?
Maximizing my time really means really sticking to my schedule as if I am doing the business as per I would before and after COVID. I think that in itself is a state of mindset where you can't tell yourself, oh, because it's COVID, therefore I'm not going to function the way I am. I'm going to sleep in a little bit more. I'm going to laze around a little bit more. I mean, you could do exactly just that. But what is your vision? What is your big why? I think that is the question I want to keep reminding myself. There was one movie I just watched over the weekend. In fact, it was a 2019 movie on Netflix. It was called Overcomer. So I watched this movie, and this story is about this girl whose father is already on the deathbed, and he has not much time to live. And this girl has never won a state championship in a cross-country state championship before. So how can the father help a daughter to succeed in a state championship? The father used to be a champion as well. So the coach facilitated by recording a track that she could put into her headphones and then run the race. So the father coached her when she was running the racetrack. And that in itself allowed the girl to eventually win the race. And that developed the father-daughter relationship. So when I look at this movie, my heart was touched because the purpose of us doing, for example, Soul Rich Woman, for me doing Soul Rich Woman is to leave a legacy, is to record and duplicate myself so that I can serve millions of women out there, thousands and millions of women out there, to go from offline to online, to be more confident, to be more courageous, and be themselves. So when I maximize my time, I want to always keep my vision in mind, keep that idea of why am I doing what I'm doing. Maximizing time also involves using management tools. I will highly recommend you to check out Asana, ASANA. It's a project management tool that is super useful. I have a team of 21 in the Philippines, and they are all in Davao, and I manage them all on my tools via Skype and Asana. And by maximizing my time also means delegating 80% of my to-do list to them. So I only do 20% of my to-do list functioning in my zone of genius. So I'm really very blessed during this COVID-19 that I'm able to keep my team and not let them go. And in fact, hired more women to be on board in Soul Rich Woman working for us so that we can create employment for these women who has lost their jobs when COVID actually happened.
Wow.
Wow, I love it.
You sounded so busy in a way, but when you mentioned about delegating 80% of your tasks, that's really smart. A very smart move for you.
That's
Because
right.
we only have one body, 24 hours. And if you have this big vision of you, then definitely you would have to leverage, right? You would have to find a team of people who supports you and believes you in your mission and help you carry out the task surrounding that mission. So that's really smart.
I like what you said. Focus on your zone of genius, because
Yes.
a lot of us sometimes entrepreneurs become firefighters. We just fire everywhere. So I love what you said, and a lot of people until now, I know entrepreneurs, they still don't understand the meaning of delegation, the meaning of getting a team that is competent, right? Supporting your dream, supporting your mission, your vision. And that is very important. And I love how you said that, zone of genius. I'm always a learner here, so I write it
Yes.
down. I don't. And another thing, I like what you said. How you maximize your time. It's basically just doing what you've been doing for the past years. Because a lot of people, they feel. A lot of people. Joanne is gonna be. Joanne is gonna agree with me here. Everyone feels that because of the COVID, you're on vacation. And I'm sorry, guys, you are not on vacation. Okay, this is.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes I feel lazy. We're human, but at the end of the day, um, like what God did, He created the world in 6 days. The seventh He rested. It's okay to rest, but don't rest all the time.
Yes.
You know.
And
Go ahead.
COVID-19 is really a perfect opportunity for us to be more productive, to spend quality time with the people that we love. Also, that the universe has given us an opportunity to do the things that probably we wanted to do for the longest time, but because of lack of time, we cannot. So if you
That's
want to develop a new skill, learn piano, learn how to guitar, be a chef.
yeah.
There are just so many things that we can do. And yes, I just want to add also to what Genecia said about having a team of people who's going to work with you, because
Mm-hmm.
teamwork always makes the dream work,
Wow,
right? So together
love
you
that.
can
I
we
like
can
that.
achieve the objective of the mission, or of the team, if we have growth minded people working with us towards the same vision. And that's just so beautiful.
That's right. So, Jadisha, of course, we're in a situation now that we couldn't fly, can't travel, and obviously with the businesses that you have, I know you do a lot of traveling, not just with your business, but also with your speaking engagements. So, my question is, after this crisis is over, and eventually it will be over. I just don't know
Mhm.
when, but I know this is going to end.
Yeah.
My question is, what is going to be the first place that you're going to be going? Or what the
Uh,
and what activity would you be doing? That's important.
So the first place I'll be going is back to the Philippines. I have a team
Oh,
of 21. Yeah, I have a team of 21 over there, and one of my lead VA, she is a lead virtual assistant. She runs an academy in Davao, and I would like to go in to give her support in her school and support her in developing the training school for virtual assistants, for especially for women, because a lot of the women in the province are not employed, and many of them are mothers, so they don't have the flexibility of finding full-time jobs. So by being able to do home base, being able to be a home based worker, work from home virtual assistant, you can actually serve and have clients around the world. And so that's one thing that I want to work with her to support her in her, getting the VAs educated and getting many women on board, and then later on getting hired outwards to the world. I think that's one thing that I want to do when the COVID ends. Yeah.
So welcome to the Philippines soon.
I know.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to happen, and everything is going to be back to how
Yeah,
things
I,
are.
I mean, I look at the way my business have grown. I mean, from hiring, a lot of people talk about delegating. Earlier on, Rich, you were mentioning, not many people know how to delegate and what delegating looks like. Does it mean I have to hire a full-time employee? Does it mean I have to hire someone, part-time or something like that? In fact, it doesn't have to be that. All you need is just to have a $50 for a task that you wish that you completely hate to do. Like, for example,
Yes.
bookkeeping. Like, for example, posting on your social media, getting things scheduled and posting things out. Things like that can be easily outsourced and delegated with just $50 a week or
That's
$50 a month. It doesn't have to be, oh, I have to hire a full-time employee. It can be just a task or 2-3 tasks bundled together. As long as the person gets things done for you, you can go bit by bit. The two of the biggest mindset blocks for all the entrepreneurs I see, in fact, female entrepreneurs alike, is that they have this mindset of, I can do better than the virtual assistant.
Yeah.
I can do better than my employees. Why do you keep making mistakes? I can do better than you. But the thing is, you're forgetting that you could maximize and function in your zone of genius if you love sales and marketing, like what Joanna is the kind of doing right now. She is fully functioning and performing in her zone of genius while everything else is delegated out, except today she's hosting this live interview. So she's stepping up, right? Stepping up the game. Yeah.
Getting better, better and better.
Yeah, getting better and better. And number two, the other block that a lot of entrepreneurs have is that, they need to spend a lot of money to do the delegating. When I started all these, outsourcing work and growing a team, it didn't start with 5, 10, 20 employees. It started with just one. And just started with one. And that was in 2013 when I decided to go from offline to online, just one. And then I grew. So it was very interesting to contrast between my cafe business offline, managing a team offline employees versus online employees. I can tell you it's actually two different ball games altogether. Really very, very different. I mean, I can share more if you'd like me to share, but just...
But my takeaway from everything that you've said, but that's really a good advice for everybody. Yeah. This is you working smart versus working hard.
That's true. I mean, I'm guilty of that because sometimes if you're too perfectionist, you always feel that you're going to be doing a better job than somebody else.
Yeah.
But there's what we call core competence. So bottom line, and I believe like what Miss Universe, Miss Singapore said, it's really your zone of genius. You put in more time in that, and if you can delegate, like if you're gonna get somebody to run the papers, get somebody to do your online things. So that's very good advice. Very, very good advice.
We'll be able to accomplish more if we do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can maximize more, honestly. Yeah. And actually with the virtual assistant, that's helping my business as well. That's why I'm doing a lot of delegations now. Do this, do this, do this.
Perfect for you.
Very good.
Guys. Very good. Yeah, so with Laurus Enterprises, I'm sure Genecia would remember this. When we started in 2015 for the very first National Achievers Congress with Robert Kiyosaki, up until we brought you in 2017. And well, it was just recently when we started hiring people to help us for the marketing and also for the sales. But before, it's just the four of us. Imagine, where we're doing everything. Like
I'm a witness.
Yes. And during event, can you just imagine we're fixing all the chairs, making sure that they're aligned.
That is how we start. Come on.
Yes, and we were opening the registration, and then later on you will see us at the back, making sure that everybody is working properly. So, but those kind of things. But right now, so we're trying to work smart and not tire ourselves too much. And speaking, a while ago, Genecia, you mentioned about $50. If you have an extra $50, then you can outsource. So not really related, but my next question for you is about the $1,000. This is also another recurring question. We love asking this because where we're getting tons of information, and our viewers are also learning so much on how they can be smart with the little money that they have. So I'd like to ask you, Genecia, let's pretend for the sake of this whole conversation that you were displaced or your business got hit and now you're not operating anymore and you're thinking of pivoting or doing something else, but you only have an extra $1,000 or 50,000 pesos approximately with you. What would be your game plan, or what would be your strategies so that you can still function despite this pandemic?
I would invest in myself, go for a program that will change and transform either my skill set and then also my mindset. I think the skill set is something that I've learned and nobody can take away from me. I started when I was 14 years old. Had to support myself through school as a yoga, aerobics, and line dancing instructor. Because I started when I was 14, teaching classes, being able to move a class of 100 to move a group in a stadium of 1,000, that gave me the skill set to be able to give instructions, whether it's in a small group or big group, at a very young age. And that was why I was given the opportunity to work with politicians, CEOs, and celebrities, because of that gap that I had advantage of over other people when I was doing my business, when I was an image consultant and doing my business. And I looked at the whole course on its own. So if I had to only have $1,000, I would do the same. Invest in myself, look at a skill set that is the future that people want. Because after I learned the skill, like what you say, either learn, like say, cooking or whatever that you desire, and then work on that. But having said that, one of the greatest swimmer of all times in Singapore, his name is Joseph Schooling. He won an Olympic gold, our very first Singapore's Olympic gold, just a few years ago. For Joseph Schooling to win an Olympic gold, he had to hire a coach to coach him how to swim in the pool. But did the coach need to jump in the pool to swim for Joseph Schooling on the day of the Olympics? The answer is no. Joseph Schooling wake up 5 to 6 a.m. every single day and swim and work his ass off to eventually winning the Olympic gold. So even if you invest in yourself to find a skill set that eventually will pay your bills, you must take action to jump into the pool and swim to achieve your Olympic goal like Joseph Schooling. The coach and mentor or the course can only guide you through, give you the system, the process that you can take you there because it's proven, but it takes you all your energy, 100% to swim through to end to finish line.
Nice.
Wow.
Nicely said. Nicely said. Really invest in yourself and take action.
Yes.
Perfect.
And Rich, if you can remember what Blair said, right? Our mind is an asset, but it could also be our liability.
Yeah, liability.
So if we don't invest on our mind, then we cannot expect good things to happen in our lives. And what the mind can conceive, the body can achieve, definitely. So whatever we put here and we want it to be something else or someone else, then we just have to really start changing the mindset. And that's really nice.
I agree with that. And don't be a perfectionist. Like what Rich said earlier on, don't be a perfectionist, because there's no right and wrong in the skills that you're picking up or what you're investing in yourself, because it could be just a layer that will take you higher than where you were before.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Wow, we're getting a lot of value, guys. I hope you're enjoying this session. I mean, this is really an amazing session. And for the entrepreneurs, I hope you're getting a lot of nuggets from our special guest tonight. Because, I mean, she's really giving gold. And it's always about the learning experience through this kind of platform. And I hope you have your pens and your paper. Write things down. If you hear something nice, hear something good, you eventually got an idea, write it down. Don't rely on this. If you won't remember, believe me, I've tried. I've failed so miserably, so I write things down. Good?
Yes. It comes handy when you need it. Like when you're talking and then you'll just realize, oh, I heard this thing. And then you just check your notes. Oh, yeah, there it is. And then you can utter it and you can share it to others.
I know. Right? That is correct, Joanna. So Miss Singapore, I love saying that. I just love saying that. Of course, through the course of your career and your life and your learning experience, of course, there are like mentors that you've gone through, and there are like women who has inspired you for all these years. Who do you think is one of the greatest women that who ever lived? And if you have the chance to ask her a question, what would it be?
You know what? It may sound cliche, but it has to be my mother. My mother wins this award like 100 times over. Like I love her 300 times, 3,000 times.
I just have to say this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, because I think really, like I said, I look at my life now where I am. If not for her, I would really not be where I am today.
Yes.
Like pawning her goal to send me for instructor certifications, which I hated her for. Like, why do I need to work at a young age? Why do I need to do this? To wanting to like share with you my depression, my committing suicide, going through different relationships in life. And, my mom has always been there, even though, sometimes as a daughter, we are rebellious, we are going through our own course in life. So for me, I think I'm just being human and looking at my mom. I want to honor her even up till now, even up till now. I would say my mom is still the greatest person ever. And I'm still, in fact, I would say whatever I'm doing now is role modeling after her, because she's also a leader in the community. She guides other women. She teaches other women how to live a confident, fulfilling, healthy life. And I'm exactly doing the same, just that I'm an online version.
That's cool. The online.
That's off to your mom. I hope she's watching us. I'm sure she's going to love you even more. But yeah, with what you told us earlier, how she pulled you out and gave you the most wonderful message of turn your mess into a message, then definitely she's a wonder mom. we use it.
Mom.
A wonder mom. So
true
we would
wonder
love to
mom.
meet her.
Just to recall what you just said, your mom pulling you out. I just love the mother instinct. I just wanna say that. I mean, but sometimes men, we have that, but women, my goodness, that is it's like a radar. That wonderful radar. And I commend my mom as well. I mean, she's one of my supporters since before, but she passed away already. So I mean, ever since she didn't see my success now, but when I was like a mess, she was one of my supporters, and I love her for that.
We don't say thank you to our moms enough, and we don't say I love you to our moms enough. So for those of you who is watching this and listening in, I want you to say I thank you and I love you, mom, and give her a call and say it really with all your heart, because she has given birth to us and has done so much for us, and all the hard work that they have given us, and even though we have all our successes now, but how much have we given her? Is it because we are successful, we are our own, that we truly have given her? Or are we appreciating her even though, it's not just Mother's Day, it's not just Christmas Day, it's always appreciating her every day on a daily basis, and giving her love. I think that's very important.
That's true. And I mean, they're not asking for anything. They just want.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, that's what I love about moms, right?
Yes, for all our viewers, if your mom is still around, or even your dad, if your parents are still around, don't waste time. The soonest that you can, tell them what they really mean to you, how important they are to you, and a simple word of I love you to them, that would bring them to cloud nine. So do it. Don't waste another chance, because we don't know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. That's right. And also, I know some of you cannot put aside your differences with your mom like I used to. I totally disagree with her most of the time. But over the years, I invest in myself a lot in personal development, in inner healing work. I do so much of that I realized that choose to be happy, then choose to be right. Philosophy and principle number one. Number two, it's never about us. She has gone through her own journey and education and her life experiences. So when she says certain things about you, about your work, about your life, just let her say, because she has gone through her journey to be what she is today. There is definitely a generation difference to where we are now. So just be open-hearted and love her and embrace for who she is. And that is one of my biggest lessons that I've learned, embracing my mother and our differences. And I no longer think that I need to be right. I always choose to be happy, and I just listen to her and just smile and nod my head. Even though I disagree with you. Yes, that's right. Yes, mom. and then just let it pass, and then after that, just, mom, would you like to eat dinner? And then it all done, settled.
That is true. And, I just want to say that that is a very good, that is a very good practice. I'm talking to the audience right now. If you're watching, that is practice it.
Yes.
This you smiled. You said yes. And you don't. And a piece of advice coming from a married man: you do that to your wives too. Yes.
True.
Yes.
And
Yes.
your husband.
One of one of my
Happy wife, happy life.
Yes, happy wife, happy life, and it's always been a code of honor. You sometimes, guys, if you're in an argument, you may win the battle, but you will always lose the war. I'm just saying,
Bitch,
yes.
you will never win.
And Joanna, I know that. I love my wife dearly. You obviously, right? But guys, it's a very good practice. Okay, in the
Yes.
morning before you wake up, you say, "Yes, yes, honey." All right. So, let me ask you this. Of course, you've been doing a lot of consultancy, basically for businesses. I think for the past 10 years. Oh my gosh, 10 years already. What drove you? What drove you to build the Soul Rich Woman?
I was trading time for money. Because I was an image consultant. Remember, I graduated as an occupational therapist. I was trapped in the 9 to 5 rat race for about a year because I was already making more working part-time and as an instructor. And I decided that I think 9 to 5 isn't for me. Even though I love my profession, I love working with children, especially I was working with children with learning difficulties. So ADHD, dyslexia, all these, kids. So unfortunately, I had I feel that my life has been called for. So I went into image consultancy because my pageant winning Miss Singapore has really opened doors for me. And getting that certification as image consultant did help me to path ways to get to know more, I would say, more influential people. Like your network goes to your net worth. So I think that really has helped me tremendously. But I was trading time for money. If I work, I get paid. I work, I get paid. I don't work, I don't get paid. So that in itself, I struggled. And I was looking for a way out to go from offline to online, to bring my business online. And how can I really make my first million? And that was just what I was thinking. Yeah. I have never made my million before I became a millionaire. I'm always dreaming, how can I be a millionaire? People always talk about how can I be a millionaire, right? Yeah. I say, I got to do it myself. How can I get there? So I invested in a mentor eventually, and his name is James Wee. He's also my partner in the cafe retail chain. He's also now the partner and the man behind Soul Rich Woman. So yes, even though I run Soul Rich Woman, I'm the founder, but he's the man behind looking at all the different strategies and how we are charting out the cash flow and all these things. So it's really very, very important. So for me, I went online knowing that I can empower and equip more women to shortcut their success to, own and love the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, financial independence, and above all, family. I don't want women to start going round and round in circles because I feel that there's just so much time wasted when you're just going round and round in circles. There is definitely a way to shortcut your success to reach your goal in a shorter period of time if you have the right mentor and the right community, because when a woman changes her life, her entire community benefits. And alone, you are strong, but together, we are unstoppable.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Wow.
We are unstoppable.
And for all the women who also loves the F word, that is being fabulous, financially free, fantastic, this is the woman that you would want to engage with, Miss Singapore, Genecia Alluora. And I believe honestly, Genecia, that every woman is a born beauty queen. Yes. It's just that we don't realize it yet. So for my next question, this is a pretend question. And this is the question that was asked to Miss Universe Catriona Gray when she won the Miss Universe Award. So the question, let's pretend for the sake of this conversation once again, that you are among the top 3. And the question given is, what is the most important lesson you've learned in your life, and how are you going to apply it to your time as Miss Universe?
One of the biggest lesson I learned in life is never give up. And if I were to, when I am Miss Universe, okay, I would actually use this motivational skill set that I have to actually get everyone who is being in touch with me one life at a time to tell them that the sky is the limit and there's no storm that you cannot conquer. Never give up. Only as you're willing, step out of your comfort zone. No dream that you cannot achieve in your life. Because alone, we are strong. Together, we are unstoppable.
Nice.
Yes. And the Miss Universe 2020 goes to...
I give you the corona.
Joanna!
No, it's you, Genecia.
No.
Very beauty queen. Beauty, brains, and brave.
Oh my gosh.
I really love that.
I give you the corona, not the virus, the crown.
Corona is the crown. Yes.
I know. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a really powerful, Genecia. So now we're moving on to the fun part. This is really the fun part, which is the fast talk. Have you encountered any of this thing, fast talk? You're given two options and then you only have to answer with one. No analysis, no explanation, no assessment whatsoever. You just give us your answer.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Okay, so for everyone, for all our viewers, I'm going to do the fast talk with Miss Singapore cafe owner and mentor of thousands of women, Miss Genecia Alluora. And Genecia, rose or tulip?
Rose.
Snow White or Sleeping Beauty?
Snow White.
Full contour or natural?
Natural.
Ramen or laksa?
Laksa.
For the win, right? Diamond or pearl?
Pearl.
Tote or clutch?
Clutch.
Sneakers or stiletto?
Sneakers.
Okay. Denim or dress?
Denim.
Cherry or strawberry?
Strawberry.
Ice skating or bowling?
Ice skating.
Leather or silk?
Leather.
Okay. And lastly, scarf or necklace?
Necklace.
Okay, yeah. You have a very beautiful necklace. I remember
Wow.
when we met in Singapore last time. You remember? I said, wow, that's a really, really lovely necklace that you're wearing.
Oh yeah, the blue
blue one.
pendant.
Matches with your hair.
Yes, thank you.
Just a side trip or side question. I remember, right? Yes. So we're doing a detour, a little bit of a detour.
Just a side trip.
Yeah. Can you indulge us? What's the reason behind the blue hair color? Because that's a really interesting choice of color, and I must say a bold choice as well. So I've always wondered, because I met you 2013. Your hair was long and black by then. And then when we met in 2016 once again, your hair was already blue. And you have kept the blue color all these years.
Yeah.
So what's the inspiration or the reason behind the blue color?
For me, blue signifies communication, energy, sapphire. So all these to me means being able to give people more of the power and more good vibes. So I think one of the things for me, color means of the blue means that more power and more good vibes for all. And I think that's the rationale of why I've been wearing my blue pendant as well. If you notice, even the posters that you saw me in 2013 up till now, I'm still wearing the same blue pendant, because color blue aligns with my soul. It aligns with my purpose. It aligns with who I am. So I absolutely love blue, even though Soul Rich Woman is pink, okay? Because Soul Rich Woman is for all the women out there. But for me, I'm a blue person, right? I'm blue, right? I'm a sapphire. I'm sapphire. Yeah. But I think the other reason why I kept my hair blue all these years is also because it's easy to spot me in the midst of sameness, in the sea of black hair. And I think it helps because when you are going up on stage to speak, and this is a strategy, right? And people will be like, "Oh, that speaker with the blue hair." Someone said, "Cannot remember my name." Like, you can't remember Genecia. Is it Genecia or Laura? You kind of like mix that up, and having the blue hair just catches attention. So that's part of a personal brand strategy, I would say. But the most important part is maintenance. And I managed to find a hairstylist who really takes very good care of my hair. And it's not, and I don't really dye my hair that often. It's because of the quality of the hair color that I found, and the hair salon that really gave me that, the glow and the color for a longer period of time before my next dyeing of hair or next treatment. So it really works and helps.
Wow. Blue hair color, but you talk about your purpose.
Yeah.
And your passion. Wow.
That's nice. I actually love blue. And actually my team, because you mentioned about fire, and we know that the blue part is like the most concentrated one. My team is called Fire Clan. I have a Fire Clan, and fire means fun, inspire, recognize, educate.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like so that's like the core of our team. So every time we do something, it has to be fun. It has some inspiration. It has to have some recognition, and of course, some education. So that's been the core. And I love what you said about the blue. I love blue.
Yeah, blue. No.
Yeah, I love it blue.
Bring it on.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
I love it.
Rich nailed it. Sorry, Genecia. I go for Rich.
I won. I finally won something.
Yes, a crown for you.
Yay, the crown to cover my bald head. So my dear, Miss Universe, Miss Singapore, if you have, okay, let me ask you, if you have a chance, okay, to give advice to a newborn baby girl or a teenager or something, all right, what advice would you give this youngster?
Believe in yourself, be confident, stay true to your soul, to your heart.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah,
that's very
because
nice. Very
people get lost, in the digital world these days, so stay true to who you are.
That is true. Don't get lost. I love that.
Yes.
That's true. I mean, I have my son is always lost in those games, and hey, your father is here. Don't forget, I'm not digital. But that is very good advice.
Make yourself online. Avatar. Rich avatar.
Oh my God. That is so true. They get lost on all the...
And then put yourself in Minecraft.
Yes. Oh my God. That's the thing with my son now. It's always about Minecraft.
Is it a game, an online game?
Yes, it is.
All right.
So Rich, put yourself inside there and then let your son play with you.
Yeah.
Daddy, you are buying the thing now. I'm making $1 million, right? Just sell my things.
I'm so Jurassic. You know what? Because the last game that I played is Text Twist and Hungary.
Oh my God.
Jurassic.
I haven't heard about the kangaroo for quite some time.
And I actually downloaded Text Twist in my phone. So whenever I'm bored or I want to do something else just to relax, I would play Text Twist. That's my go-to game. So I'm so sorry for all the viewers. This is me being so Jurassic. I don't know about Minecraft and all of those things.
Don't worry. It's okay, Joanna. You are forgiven.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Namaste. Yeah. So, Genecia, you are former Miss Singapore. You are the founder of Soul Rich Woman, and you are a cafe owner, a successful cafe owner with franchises in 3 countries, and you won an award for that. If you have a chance to give yourself a title, aside from the titles that you have accumulated because of your hard work and smart tactics, what would be the title you would want to give to yourself, and why do you think so?
I would give myself the title Soul Why, The Secrets of the Soul Rich Woman Blueprint.
So,
The winner of Soul Why, Secrets of the Soul Rich Woman Blueprint. Because in my life, there are many, I would say, secrets and ups and downs that I would like to share with the women around the world, and that she would be able to digest this 10-minute daily nuggets that I have shared in my life to really help them in very, very fast, quick ways to achieve their own dreams and their own success.
wow. Okay. Rich,
Wow.
can you please release the crown
I
and
know.
give it to Genecia now? We actually prepared for it.
And the winner, I will be sending you a virtual sash.
That's right.
Yes.
Wow, that's so straightforward. My God, and it's really a fantastic time hanging out with Miss Universe here, with Miss Singapore. And it's really a pleasure for having you here in Do Nation this episode. So before we end, what is your parting message to everyone who is watching right now? And if ever, is there anything you want to promote? You can share it right now with the audience, please.
I would say, first and foremost, I have a gift for you. So there is a gift, two gifts, in fact. One is Secrets of the Personal Branding, Secrets of Your Personal Branding ebook that I wrote. And now it's free for download. And number two, I have a workbook, Delegate 80% of your to-do list so that you can make money online and function in your zone of genius. And this is available at a special link for the Do Nation community, which is at https://nation, okay? shor.by/nation, NATION, shorby/nation. So you can grab the downloads available for you on that one to help you to achieve your greater success. Remember, quit thinking, start doing. Never give up on your dreams. Even COVID-19 has happened. Life definitely must go on. Find a mentor and stay connected.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's
Just like you wrapped it so beautifully, Genecia. And
spot on. That was
yeah,
spot on. Perfect.
Yeah, because you're never alone. Just remember, you're never alone. Because I think people, like what you say, with COVID-19, they are more isolated. People are, having issues, and they feel that they're alone. So don't feel that you're alone. I just want to just call out to you right now. If you're feeling alone, just know that we have resources available for you. And as we do this as a nation together to support our frontliners in the Philippines, we also would like you to lend your hand, 100 pesos, to get started, to make a donation so that we can do more with our effort together. Because alone we are strong, together we are unstoppable.
That's right.
yes.
Nice. I love that.
Nice.
So
Thank
much,
you so
so
much.
much energy, so much wonderful things for. Oh my God,
Yeah.
this is an amazing episode. Thank you so much, Genecia, Alluora. Wow, I love that. Really classy.
How I wish we have more time.
I
But
know.
yes, for all our viewers, that has been 90 minutes for you. Full of wisdom from a beautiful soul, Miss Genecia Alluora. And guys, for every woman and even man who feels so neglected right now, and you feel that there's nowhere else for you to go, look at Genecia. She was bullied because of her looks, and her classmates before didn't believe in her, but it just took some of her friends and one good friend who really believed in her and invested in her. And at the same time, she believed and invested in herself as well. So that's the only thing that we need to do. So if you're looking for inspiration, you feel so down, you feel so sad and depressed, then go look for Genecia Alluora. She's available on Facebook, and you can message her directly. And I'm sure that she would be delighted to hear from you and help you get out of this pod or the mess that you are in right now. And of course, your Laurus family and Reach as well. We're here for you. We believe in you. We can do this. This too shall pass. Together, yes, we will emerge victoriously and beautifully and boldly, just like Genecia. And we thank you once again, Genecia, for everything that you shared. You are so full of wisdom. You look so young, and yet the experiences that you have is so vast that we couldn't really fathom. It's so deep, it's so profound. Everything that you have shared from the very beginning until this very moment. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being so generous with us, for indulging us with so much.
My
Perfect.
pleasure.
Yes. And once again, that is donation for you, for all our viewers. Thank you once again for staying with us until the very end. Of course, Rich, Mr. Universe Rich Paredes 2020.
Oh my God.
Yes.
The ultimate coronavirus universe. Anyway, so
Yes.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much
as
for having me.
well. Thank you,
Very
Rich,
welcome.
for doing this once again. And for everybody out there, we wish you a blessed night. We hope that you have taken down lots of notes and that you can use it moving forward for your own personal growth. We look forward to seeing you to another episode. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye, Do Nation. Thank you, Miss Genecia. Thank you so much.
I have a free gift for you. Go download Secrets of Personal Branding and How Do You Delegate 80% of Your To-Do List so that you can make money online while focusing on your zone of genius. Go to soulrichwoman.com, SOULRICHWOMAN.com